Chapter 13, No Turning Back. After the events that had taken place at Pleasant Valley State Prison, I knew my life as a correctional officer was over. It didn't matter where I was transferred. My story was exposed, and I was labeled a traitor. I sought help from Union President Mike Jimenez. After several of my phone calls and messages went unanswered, I made my way down to his office. When I found him, I mentioned I had been trying to get in touch with him and told him I needed help. To my dismay, he responded that he has been advised not to talk to me and began to walk away. I was stunned. I stopped him and told him the union was there for us. I had been paying my union dues for over 13 years, and this was the first time I had ever called on the union for help. He said that I needed to seek my own legal advice and continue to walk away. Once again, I was left in hysterics. A longtime friend of mine, Mark Halper, was an attorney, so I called him for legal advice. Referred me to Lanny Tron. Lanny would later represent me in my civil case against the California Department of Corrections. 2 weeks later, I received a call from Lanny asking me to drive down to his office to meet with him. He stated that he had an important document from a confidential source in Sacramento and he wanted to share it with me. When I asked why he couldn't simply tell me over the phone, he said he did not want to exchange any information over the phone just in case the wires were tapped. Upon arrival to his office, Lanny asked if I thought I had been followed. We were on the same page. I checked my rearview mirror constantly the entire drive down to Camarillo. Lanny was fearful of my case because it involved so many powerful people in the state government. Our meeting started off by Lanny telling me he received a document in the mail without a return address on it, but the stamp was from Sacramento, California. It was a report from the Office of the Inspector General regarding the investigations into allegations concerning the Green Wall at Salinas Valley State Prison. There was a case number of OIG 01-0177-California, followed by a summary of findings and conclusions. For the first time, I was hopeful. This was great for our case. The document was a 4-page report that took 2 years to complete before the Office of the Inspector General forwarded a copy to the Director of the Department of Corrections for appropriate action on January 31st, 2003. Office of the Inspector General, case number OIG 01-0177-California. Background. On September 6, 2001, the Office of the Inspector General received an anonymous telephone complaint alleging the existence of a gang of correctional officers at Salinas Valley State Prison known as the 723 or Green Wall. The complaint alleged that the group sets up inmates for assault by other inmates by revealing confidential or suffix information, and that one member of the group, an investigative service unit officer, carries a weapon in his pant leg to plant on inmates. The complaint also alleged that officers carry keychains and other items engraved with 723, possess photographs depicting banners with the words 723 and Green Wall, adhere to a code of silence, and threaten others with retaliation for challenging them. In the complaint, it also alleges that the Salinas Valley State Prison Warden alerts the group whenever the Office of Investigative Services is scheduled to conduct an investigation so that Green Wall contraband can be hidden. In a separate complaint filed in a September 24, 2001 memorandum, a Salinas Valley State Prison staff member claimed that he had been retaliated against for reporting alleged felony misconduct by Salinas Valley State Prison Investigative Services Unit officers to the Salinas Valley State Prison Warden. The complaint also alleged that a vehicle belonging to another staff member had been vandalized at the prison after the owner sustained misconduct allegations against an Investigative Services Unit officer. During the course of the investigation, a lieutenant told the Office of the Inspector General that when he was assigned to the Investigative Services Unit, Lieutenant, in 2001, he conducted a supervisory review of the unit's performance and discovered that several officers in the unit were under investigation for use of force incidents and other alleged misconduct. The lieutenant said he also found that officers assigned to the Investigative Service Unit had attempted to intimidate other members of the staff by placing a box of green pens on a desk with a sign reading, "Take one if you dare," and by making verbal statements that the warden wanted investigative service unit officers to go out and instill fear and intimidation in the inmates. In addition, it was alleged that certain correctional officers had tattooed themselves with 723, wore green wristbands, and signed official documents in green ink. The warden was reportedly informed of these matters, but took little or no action in response. In 1999, the Office of Investigative Services conducted an earlier investigation into allegations concerning the Green Wall Group. That investigation found evidence that the facility had been vandalized with the number 723 and the letters GW marked on walls with marking pens and engraved into wet cement. A sheet of paper with the Green Wall logo consisting of a pair of dice and an upside-down horseshoe with the number 723, along with the satanic symbol 666, had also been found taped to the inside of a control room window. In the course of that investigation, officers admitted the existence of the Green Wall, but characterized its activities as simply officer camaraderie. The Office of the Inspector General conducted an extensive investigation into the allegations between October 2001 and May 2002. The investigation included interviews with 25 employees of Salinas Valley State Prison and with the Monterey County District Attorney. In addition, the Office of the Inspector General reviewed numerous official reports and documents, including the original interviews from the 1999 Office of the Investigative Services report, which sustained the existence of the Green Wall Group. The Office of the Inspector General also received and reviewed a number of Investigative Services Unit reports and other relevant documents and photographs, and collected evidence that included 2 knives, a green knife engraved with 723, and a smaller black-handled pocket knife. As a result of the investigation, the Office of the Inspector General confirmed several of the allegations concerning the Green Wall Group, including allegations covered in the earlier Office Investigative Services investigation. Specifically, the investigation determined the following. A group of correctional officers at Salinas Valley State Prison formed an alliance in 1999 called the Green Wall, or 723, representing the 7th and 23rd letters of the alphabet, G and W. Numerous incidents involving the Green Wall Group took place at Salinas Valley State Prison between 1999 and 2001, including the vandalizing of institution property with 723 and GW markings and a taping on a window of a paper containing the Green Wall logo and the satanic symbol 666. The investigation confirmed that in May 2001, investigative services officers brought a green knife with 723 engraved on the handle into the facility as a promotion gift for an investigative services unit sergeant. The investigation determined that the institution management did not properly control or investigate the incidents. According to Salinas Valley State Prison managers, the warden maintained a relationship with several of the officers assigned to the investigative services unit security squad that differed from his relationship with other members of the staff and may have influenced his actions in relation to those officers. The warden kept the employee relations officer and other managers out of the loop regarding misconduct investigations and disciplinary issues involving certain members of the investigative services unit security squad. The evidence suggests that several members of the investigative services unit belong to the Green Wall Group. Over a period of approximately 3 months, from March to May 2001, the warden was repeatedly advised by several managers about personal problems in the investigative services unit, but failed to take appropriate action in response to those reports. The warden did not act on a correctional lieutenant's report that investigative services unit officers might be involved in the Green Wall Group, and did not act on the lieutenant's request that the officers be temporarily reassigned to other duties while the investigations concerning excessive force and other allegations of misconduct were pending against them. No evidence was presented to support the allegations that officers promoted a code of silence or that they intentionally leaked confidential information to other inmates for the purpose of causing assaults against those inmates. Similarly, insufficient evidence was presented to establish that members of the Green Wall Group vandalized the vehicles of other staff members. No evidence was presented to substantiate the allegations that the warden told officers when the Office of the Investigative Services investigators were scheduled to arrive to conduct interviews. In an interview with the Office of the Inspector General, the Salinas Valley State Prison warden was evasive, repeatedly answering questions about relevant events with "I can't recall," "I don't recall," and "possibly," and otherwise providing non-meaningful responses. The warden asserted that the Monterey County District Attorney's Office had conducted a criminal investigation concerning the Green Wall, but that assertion was denied by the District Attorney's Office. The warden admitted to knowing about the existence of the Green Wall Group. He took no immediate action to discover what it was or who was involved, and was slow to react to events at the prison involving officers assigned to the Investigative Services Unit Security Squad. The warden's unwillingness or inability to take action to identify and correct the Green Wall situation led to lapses in communication between supervisors, managers, and line-level staff. The situation fostered an atmosphere of distrust and prevents a timely investigation and resolution of allegations concerning employee misconduct. When I finished reading the report, I didn't know if I wanted to cry or scream out loud. All along, I was telling the truth about the Green Wall. I wasn't ratting anyone out. Officers were involved in illegal activities, and when I was asked about the situation, I had the courage to stand up and tell the truth. Lanny told me that this was a great piece of evidence for the case. Further, it was evidence against the California Department of Corrections that they made no effort to protect me from my written disclosure, making me an outcast. Lanny said I was a true whistleblower, and we had an upward battle that was just getting started. Before leaving his office, Lanny warned me to watch my back, carry my weapon, and to always wear my bulletproof vest.